It's comeback week on MasterChef.
I'm back this time to try and win.
2 expert judges to decide who wins.
We're looking for a great cook who can make it as a professional. Someone to turn out exceptional food under pressure.
I'm determined. I'm determined to go all the way now.
The prize, to work in a top restaurant.
This competition just gets tougher. Whoever wins, it's going to change their life.
I'd really like to see how far I can get this year.
MasterChef is going large. All this week, we're giving contestants from the last series of MasterChef a second chance. Last year, these 3 contestants failed to make it through. Now they're back.
I want to win this competition this time 1,000 times more than I thought I ever did last year. I've had a hell of a long time to stew on this now. This is an opportunity that I just cannot let go.
I'm back because I want to have another shot at it. Am I back to win? Yes, I'd love to. Whether I can or not, who knows?
I don't think I was in quite the right place to win last year. I didn't know half as much about cooking as I do now, so I'm really looking forward to being able to try out again.
It's their second attempt to win the competition, and their tests are tougher this time round. In the Invention test, they have to make not 1, but 2 dishes from scratch.
This shows me you're probably capable of a lot more.
In the professional kitchen, they'll each have to create their own dish for paying customers.
So as quickly as you can, yeah? Come on, get yourself organised.
Then they're back to cook their best 2 courses for the judges.
Tell you what, if you didn't want to eat it, you could take it home and marry it.
Only one of them will make it through to Friday's quarterfinal.
Well, welcome back to MasterChef. Very, very good to see you 3 back again.
We want to see what you've been doing in the last 12 months. Your time starts now.
It's the Invention test. They have 50 minutes to create 2 exceptional dishes from any of today's ingredients, which include duck breast, black pudding, beetroot, cauliflower, chard, frozen peas, watercress, apples, red currant jelly, figs, nutmeg, cinnamon, phyllo pastry and port. Judging the contestants are top chef and restaurateur John Turode.
They want to be MasterChef. They've got to prove to us today they've improved, they've honed their skills, their style is absolutely fantastic, and they're going to cook for us great food.
And food writer and broadcaster Greg Wallace.
I'd like to see real finesse, real style, and a real want and urgency about these tasks.
Jan's back to show that her love of cooking was more than just a fad.
Since last time, I've actually given up nursing and I'm now focusing on cooking for a living. My real focus now is to get a job in a professional kitchen or working with food in some way.
Last year, Jan's rustic Italian food really impressed, but her experimental Thai soup did not.
I just thought I need to show that I can produce food other than out of my comfort zone, which is really Italian.
I think you made a big mistake.
Jan, 12 months ago, you were interested in going to a kitchen and cooking.
Well, actually, what I did, a couple of months later, I gave up my nursing job and I started working for a friend of mine who, luckily, they were looking for someone to cook lunches in their offices, and I said I'd go and give it a go, sort of voluntary basis.
Are you enjoying it?
Oh, I love it. Terrifying, but I love it.
Jan, you know what?
What?
You make my heart thump. I'm so pleased for you. Honestly, I just think what you're doing is brilliant. You're living out your dream, you're doing what you're doing.
So good to see you back. It really is lovely to see you back. You've had 20 minutes. You've got half an hour left.
British food lover David's dreams lie with his Geordie roots.
My dream would be to own a little modest restaurant up in South Tyneside, where I come from, producing good, clean, local food.
Last year, David's passion and technique was never in question, but his flavours let him down.
He's technically very good, and he wants it more than anyone I've seen in a long, long time. But I don't like his food.
David, you look like you're a man on a mission.
I certainly am, yes. I've got a couple of things in mind. I'm going to sear some of this black pudding, serve it on a bit of pureed beetroot and some Swiss chard.
What sort of cook do you think you've become? What sort of style of cook have you become?
I'd say a regional British cook. I appreciate where I come from a lot more now, you know. I'm a Geordie lad in the dishes that I've been brought up with. I'm trying to put that influence into my food these days.
Why are you back?
Last time I was on, I don't think I really understood what the opportunity was. I just can't let this one slip, so I'm going to give it my all and just do what I can.
You have 10 minutes left.
Pastry lover Susie's dreams are still at the sweeter end of cookery.
I suppose one of my strengths is making desserts. I'd love to kind of be a pastry chef in a way because I love spending time and creating something really beautiful.
Last year, Susie was the dessert queen,
Yeah, that's good. That's really good.
but it was her main courses that failed to impress.
I'm not quite convinced right now that you can deliver me anything better than that.
Susie, lovely to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Why are you back, Susie?
I kind of enjoy it more the second time around because it's not also kind of horrendously terrifying.
Tell us what you're cooking for us.
I'm doing duck breast with parsnip and garlic, and for dessert I'm going to make you pear and apple strudel with kind of a dipping sauce.
Well, of course, we know you as a great baker. The people of Hampshire know you as a great baker. So, of course, your dessert's going to be delicious. What's going to hold this main course together? What's going to make it special, Susie?
The flavour, you know, I kind of learnt from what you said last time, and that you're just going to cook what you want to eat, and that's what I'm going to do.
Are we going to want to eat it, Susie?
Well, I hope so.
Seriously, 1 minute. Get it on the plate.
Susie's made duck breast with garlic parsnips and wilted watercress.
The predominant flavour, unfortunately, is garlic. And, of course, once you get that garlic in your mouth, it takes away the flavour of the parsnips, takes away the flavour of the watercress, and it almost takes away completely the flavour of the duck.
Yeah.
I think most people would say you'd overdone it with the garlic. But very well cooked duck. Does it for me, Susie.
Can Susie now live up to her dessert queen reputation with apple strudel and a port dipping sauce?
Great flavours of the red currant, the port, the cinnamon. There's a lot of pastry, Susie. I think it's too much pastry.
Well, that sauce is deep and rich and fragrant. I think that's pretty good.
British cook David has made a root vegetable soup with a pea and watercress puree.
When you were making the vegetable soup, I thought to myself, how's he going to elevate that? How's he going to make that a bit more special? I'm really pleased the pea puree's on there. Predominant flavour is parsnip and peas. I think it's well thought out. Good start, David.
Thanks.
It's seasoned, it's highly flavoured, it's fine. Absolutely fine.
For his main, he's stuck with his British style and made black pudding with beetroot puree and wilted chard.
Your beetroot is sharp and really well flavoured. The black pudding is cooked and it's nice and moist. I think the flavours are great. It's not bad, David.
Thank you very much, cheers.
That beetroot puree is really good. And then the crunch and iron of the Swiss chard. Very nice. This shows me you're probably capable of a lot more really, really good stuff.
Jan's main is duck breast served on Swiss chard with a potato and parsnip puree.
Really, really nice, soft, flavoured, seasoned duck. And it's not over sweet. You've been very, very clever with the amount of parsnips you put in. It tastes wonderful.
Yeah, thank you.
Delicious, iron-rich chard, slightly bitter. The richness of that duck has just been left as it is, well seasoned, well cooked. That's restaurant food, Jan.
Thank you very much.
What will the judges now make of her honey-glazed fruit?
Obviously, 97% of the work went into the duck dish, didn't it?
Absolutely. I focused on that, and that was a bit... 10 minutes to sort this out. So, you know, lesson learned there, totally.
It's sweet, deep sweet because of the figs, and it's sharp as well because of the pear. It so easily could have been lovely, but right now it is a little bit of caramelisation, pear and fig.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
They're sweet, delicious pears because they're soft and they're very, very ripe. You know what? Great main course, fantastic main course, disappointing dessert.
You know, I've got a second chance. I'm back tomorrow, so...
Are you happy to be back, Jan?
Oh, yeah, unbelievable, yeah.
Good start. Go and get a rest. We need to talk about what we've seen you do. Thank you.
Well done. Well done. Well done. All of those blimey. Well done, mate.
Jan, David and Susie have honed their style, have honed their skills and have worked really, really hard today, which I think's brilliant.
I think what Susie did pushes Susie out in front. Her duck was just perfectly cooked. I do love the idea of those little soft parsnips with the garlic. Too much garlic for you, I know that. Probably too much garlic for most people. And those strudels, they look great. And that sauce she made was also very good.
I still feel as though those strudels need to have more sugar in them, they need to be packed full more fruit.
I think it went quite well. I'm really pleased that the first stage is over because it's always very nerve-wracking.
I think David's food was competent, nothing exceptional about it, but I can see the exceptional cook in him. I think he is full of promise.
I love that beetroot with the black pudding. And the pea puree on the vegetable soup took it to a really different level altogether. Now that's fantastic, bang on.
I thought it went reasonably well, yeah. It was so nerve-wracking, more than last year. Yeah, I was pretty happy with what I put out.
I think Jan's mash and parsnip puree was just beautiful. Her duck was also cooked very well, as was her Swiss chard.
I thought it was fantastic, that main course. Dessert let her down.
There was nothing wrong with the fruit she was serving up. She just hadn't got very far with it.
Had a disaster with the dessert purely because I just ran out of time, and I sort of put more of the focus on the main course really, which is a shame.
I'll say that Jan's got a problem with her timing, is concentrating too much on one dish and not the whole thing that's going on.
David, for me, isn't making any mistakes, but then neither is he doing anything very impressive.
And Susie, to me, just needs to get a little bit more finesse, and those little things just make it a little bit more special. Who is going to push themselves forward in the next day? Got a professional kitchen yet? And, of course, we've still got their own food.
One task down, 2 to go. Tomorrow, these comeback contestants will face their toughest challenge yet. It's early morning on day 2.
The pressure's on.
Yeah. And the comeback contestants arrive at Bank, a modern European restaurant in the heart of London's West End. The contestants are given just a couple of hours to come up with their own dish worthy of going on the restaurant's lunchtime menu. And that means it has to reach head chef Damien Pondevy's very high standards.
We're a modern European restaurant, so what I'm looking from their dishes is to have influences from around Europe, as well as the refined qualities of a restaurant dish. All right, guys, listen up, please. We're about to get the first checks in. Let's get organised. Switch on. Service about to start.
Before long, orders start flying in. And first up is Jan.
There you go, Jan. You have 4 to begin with. Let's go.
Yes, chef.
Jan gets off to a flyer with 4 orders of her roasted butternut squash risotto.
I thought it was delicious. It's great for the eye, and great for the mouth.
4 more risottos, Jan.
And before long, the order gets doubled. The chef keeps a close eye on Jan, but she thrives under the pressure and produces great-looking food.
Serve us, please. Thank you.
Feeling good. I'm really chuffed that they actually ordered them. The chef was happy with them on the pass, so I'm really, really pleased, yeah.
David has decided on a John Dory dish with a cider and clam velouté, but there are as yet no takers.
I'm completely confident that my dish will sell like hotcakes. Just waiting for the orders to come in.
OK, some mash and 2 lamb. Thank you, Susie. Let's go.
Further down the line, orders for Susie's lamb rump with caramelised onion mash have been coming in steadily.
That's perfectly cooked, huh? Do you want to start plating up now?
OK. I love the buzz of the kitchen and with working with everybody, it's great.
Keep it going. That lamb looks lovely.
Thank
All right.
you.
I had the lamb, which was fantastically presented. I really loved the caramelised onion mash.
30 minutes into service, and finally David gets what he's looking for, an order.
Okay, Samash, 1 John Dory, that's for you, David, okay? 1 John Dory, 1 cod fillet. Let's go.
After a slow start, David is inundated with orders.
Hot in the kitchen.
Straight down, two of them. 1 John Dory, 3 bank, okay?
His focus proves he's suited to the pace of a professional kitchen.
Well done, David, keep it like that, yep.
1 John Dory, chef.
Well done, David, that looks good, okay?
Yes, chef.
Susie's lamb is still selling well.
Susie, you got 2 lamb coming up in 4 minutes.
But after over an hour of service, the timing and presentation of her dish starts to slip.
So as quickly as you can, yeah? Let's go, Susie!
And head chef Damien has to take over.
Give me your spoon, please.
Thanks.
Get yourself organised, please.
It's nearing the end of service, and Jan's early success has dried up, a little like the orders for her risotto dish. At the end of service, all 3 dishes have sold well. But how does head chef Damien think the contestants have done?
You did 160 odd covers today. How did they get on?
I was quite surprised. They handled the pressure quite well, and they seemed to muck in where needed.
What was Susie like in service?
Susie thought it was all a bit of a social gathering, and she liked talking. She had her mind on the job, but she was talking a lot.
I want to know about Jan.
Jan was quite focused. She had a task at hand, but she knew pretty much what she was doing.
David, was he any good in service?
He was actually the one that impressed me the most during service, because when he wasn't selling his dish, he was there mucking in with the other dishes as well.
$1 million question. If you had to employ one of our guys, who would it be?
I think it'd have to be David. I think David was more to the point, more focused, more professional when it came to the day.
Now they're straight back to MasterChef HQ. Last year, these 3 contestants failed to make it through. Now they've been given a second chance. Jan's been consistent so far, but has to really prove herself to progress any further. Susie's impressive invention test was not matched by her performance in the pro kitchen. Can she pull it back and guarantee her place in the quarterfinal? David's passion and commitment have been obvious so far, but can he convert it into a MasterChef winning menu in the final test?
Welcome back, guys. The great thing about today is you're going to cook for us 2 dishes which have taken you a year to work out. So they're going to be really good, aren't they? Let's have some fantastic food.
They have just 1 hour to cook a 2-course meal of their own design. Only one will win a place in Friday's quarterfinal.
What are you going to do for us, Susie, with a smile on your face?
I'm going to do some venison for you today with celeriac, Rowanberry sauce and some stir-fry kale.
All right, and we've got a pudding, have we?
It's going to be buffalo milk and honey sorbet with poached pear and pistachio dust.
Pistachio dust?
Yes. It's just kind of pistachios and they're all kind of whizzed up with sugar and it just gives it like a little sweetness and a bit of a texture.
Susie, why are you really here on MasterChef?
I'd love to do well on MasterChef, that way I can take that forward, you know, I can kind of hopefully work in restaurants.
But you have to win MasterChef first.
It's a hell of a lot easier if you've got a bit of MasterChef behind
There's
you.
a big but there, isn't there, Susie?
There is a big but.
Susie's got a massive hunk of venison. The thing she's going to be worried about now is that meat being cooked. Scary. And putting in the poached pear with the honey and the buffalo milk ice cream, that is speaking to my inner depths right now. That sounds like one of the glorious dishes of this competition. You have had 20 minutes already.
David is sticking to what he loves and is cooking a traditional British menu.
David, tell us what you got there.
I am making a Geordie classic, which has been long forgotten. Which is a leek pudding. Well, I'm going to serve this leek pudding with some pan-fried duck, and for dessert we have a nice rich ginger pudding. I'm going to serve that with a butterscotch sauce and poached pear.
David, you have really simplified your style. You have really gone back to your roots. You've really thought about your origin.
Yeah.
But if you go any further in the competition, will you be able to raise this food to a standard that is going to be able to compete with the others.
I wouldn't have come back here now if I didn't think I was up for it. So yeah, most certainly, I'm bang up for the challenge.
David cooking the food of his roots, duck breast with this little leek pudding, which sounds really, really interesting.
If he's done a really, really nice ginger pudding, I can't see the butterscotch sauce working. That's my problem. But I do like the direction his food is taking. Very, very much.
Jan, what are you cooking for us?
I'm cooking pan-fried chicken breast with masala and chicken stock, with leeks with pancetta and thyme and medley of mushrooms.
Pudding, hopefully.
Chocolate and orange souffle with a pure set cream.
Jan, in the pro kitchen, you're as cool as a cucumber.
I don't know why. You should be terrified probably, but I'm not. I go in there and the minute I walk in, I just think, great.
Is it going to be fantastic today, Jan?
I hope it's going to be good enough.
Those soufflés are risky, aren't they?
Yeah.
I do like the idea of Jan's chicken and masala sauce. That's fantastic. Chocolate and orange soup? Yeah, absolutely brilliant. If it comes out of the oven, OK.
I don't care what anybody says. They are difficult.
5 minutes. 5 minutes. That's it, guys. Your time is all done.
Jan has made chicken in masala sauce with leeks, pancetta and wild mushrooms. And for dessert, a risky chocolate souffle with triple sec infused cream.
Delicious mushrooms, well seasoned. The leeks are really tasty with that pancetta through them. And then the sauce is quite sweet. The chicken could probably do a little bit more seasoning for me. It is all right.
Some of our leeks are burnt here. I definitely got the flavour of the mushrooms.
I don't pick up much masala. I think it's bordering on scruffy.
Right, yeah.
Shall we move from our chicken? If you're going to do a souffle, it should be right, right up. It looks like a bit of a chocolate pudding.
Too much triple sec.
Good amount of triple sec, so it's lovely and warm, actually. And the chocolate and the orange is lovely.
Thank you.
I took a very big mouthful and the whole thing dissolved in my mouth within seconds. That's very, very good indeed, Jan.
Thank you, thank you.
And Jan, this year we've held back the tears, which is good. The emotions gone away, the nerves have calmed down definitely. Yeah. Jan, are they good enough to make you a quarter-finalist?
I don't know, but I really hope so.
David's main course is duck breast served with a leek and cheese suet pudding, root vegetables and a cider sauce. For dessert, he's made ginger cake with butterscotch sauce, poached pear and clotted cream.
Well seasoned, delicious. I love the vegetables, I like the texture of them, I like the flavour of them, and I like the leeks and I like the pudding.
That pudding is an absolute triumph. Soft, moist, beautiful, beautiful pudding. Absolutely beautiful. If this is the line you're following, I've got nothing but really heartily pat you on the back.
Thanks.
Let's talk about your dessert. Now, I'm quite excited about this. Really well made, lovely textured, rich ginger pudding. I think it's very, very good.
Oh, yeah. That is absolutely lovely. I think this is glorious food. Very, very good. Very, very good, David. I can't praise you enough for that. That is right up my alley.
Cheers.
Susie's main is venison with pureed celeriac, fried kale and a Rowanberry sauce. Her pudding is pear poached in sweet French wine with buffalo milk and honey ice cream and pistachio dust.
I think that's delicious. Venison's cooked very, very well. Your celeriac puree is great, but that sauce is an absolute winner.
Thank you.
Very strong, sweet sauce with that venison, which is good because the venison is quite strong as well, and it tastes good.
And now pudding.
Yeah.
I think this looks absolutely lovely. Cold, deep buffalo milk with honey then the pistachio and sugar and the cleansing pear. Tell you what, if you didn't want to eat it, you could take it home and marry it, because that is a very, very beautiful dessert.
Thank you.
I'm not doing the Fred Astaire that I think Greg is. I don't feel like the pear is sweet and sticky enough considering the alcohol it's been cooked in. Thanks very much, Susie.
Thank you.
Well done today, guys. Really well done.
Very good. Right, sit it out. We'll get you back in as soon as we can.
It's really good. Well done, babe.
The fact is these guys have been honing their skills for 12 months and we've got great expectation. I think that Jan took a big risk with that souffle and I thought it was a good dessert. I love the flavour of the cream with it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Jan's chocolate souffle. It was the main course. I couldn't taste any masala in the sauce at all, and a huge mound of wild mushrooms.
I was quite pleased, no major disasters, and I got 2 courses out.
Whoa, David.
As an Aussie, I get all these people who come in here and tell me they're going to use British seasonal ingredients, they're going to use British recipes, but never before have we seen on this competition somebody who actually does what British food's all about and take those classics and make them great.
Bringing out that leek pudding was just absolutely gorgeous.
It would just mean the whole world to me. It would mean that, you know, I can show how much I love food, that I can cook, and that I'm just getting that little bit step closer towards my dream, you know.
By far the best thing I had today was David's pudding. It was just dreamy. I mean, you could have put your head on it and gone to sleep. It was just lovely, really lovely.
Let's talk about Susie. Her venison was cooked very well and I thought the sauce was great. For me, the celery act didn't quite deliver.
I thought the main course was very good. That sauce with the cloves, I thought was wonderful.
I'd really love to be able to go through to quarterfinals because it's such a great chance to be able to kind of cook your 3-course meal and show them the whole other side of what you can do.
That ice cream and the pistachio nuts, I thought was an absolute dream.
It was very good. I can't do the Torval and Dean thing that you did with it.
John, I'll just ask you to just consider this very carefully. Next week, we are in the semi-finals.
Who has got the most potential? A year on, and you guys have cooked so well today, it's extraordinary and made our decision very, very difficult indeed. But we have to find a quarterfinalist. And our quarterfinalist, the person going through the next round, congratulations, David.
Well done, David.
Last year it made me leave my job after all those years, and now it's made me even more determined to actually work in a professional kitchen.
Well, not going through today has definitely not put me off. I'm still going to carry on cooking.
Oh man, that's fantastic. I can't believe it.
I think David's going to go far in this competition, and I'm really, really pleased for him. He so deserved to win.
My heart's thumping like mad. I'm so excited and happy. It's amazing. I can't explain to you enough. I really can't. It means a lot. I'm so happy. No room for slip-ups now. Bit of Geordie spirit and hopefully go all the way.
David will be back on Friday when he'll battle against 3 other exceptional cooks for the title of MasterChef.
Never stop, yes, I'm having a good time. I don't want to stop at all.
It's just shabby. Parsley strewn over the top because actually you thought I need some green.
I'm very, very taken with that.
Every single component of it is right. It's a good dish.
I can honestly say, with my hand on my heart, that is a damn fine chip.